Do you want
How
to?
about she can say like, hey, I'm Cinnafrost. I play so and so on ePals. You can hire me to play with you. But, okay, no, don't say that. That's a
Hi, welcome to the Lonely Fans podcast. I'm your host, Andy,
and I'm your co-host Nettaly.
and we're joined by a very special guest today, Cinnafrost from ePals.
Hi, glad to be here.
Thanks for coming onto the podcast with us.
Thanks for being here. This is our very first podcast. I guess so. So you're like one of the people who is an a pal on ePals. Like, how would you? So one thing we're struggling is like figuring out like the terminology to call everything before like even like we talk about this stuff. Like, how would you describe like what you are? Like, do you have
Yeah,
there
are you an
labels
ePal?
that you use? Are you a
Yeah, like within the community,
So, like, what we call ourselves?
yeah? I guess.
Yeah.
So what do you call yourself?
essentially.
I mean, I started when it was just egirls, and I just called myself an egirl, I guess.
So you're an egirl? Is that I guess is that okay? Is that like an okay
I mean,
pronoun to be calling people?
I don't speak for all of them e-pals, e-girls, e-boys, and e-helicopters, but I'm a girl, and I'm on the e-pal, so e-girl, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're really just wondering because like some people I heard from Andy apparently some people think like e-girl is derogatory, so we didn't know if like that was something that was believed,
I
or
mean,
something that is true.
I'm assuming that's why they changed it to e-pal.
ePal. It's just a little bit better branding.
Yeah.
I guess is there like the other things that we're like struggling with? Like what do you call it when like somebody hires you? Like what's a like what do you call it? Is it a transaction? Or like are they hiring you? Are they
I guess I just call it an order. That's what it says
just
on
an
the
order?
chat.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
good
an order,
way.
yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Okay, so we'll call it an order from now on.
Yeah, take notes. They're just orders.
Just orders. Could you maybe like explain, like we found this really interesting, and like every time we talk to somebody new about it, like when they hear about it, they're really interested, but a lot of people don't actually know what like ePals is or what an egirl is, and even though like the site is gaining a ton of popularity, so is there sort of how would you describe what it is you do and what the site is, ePals is, from your perspective as an egirl on ePal?
So what I consider it to be as someone who's kind of in it?
What would be like an elevator pitch for like epal.gg?
The way I see it is like they're either paying to play games with someone, either for fun or like because they think they're great at the game, or because they are looking for some cute guy, girl to like, I don't know, spend their time and money on. I don't
Spend their money on.
I
There
don't
it is,
know.
elevator pitch. ePals. Looking for some cute guys or girls to spend your money on? Come check out our website.
Because like they don't see our faces, it's just our voice, so it's like they're just, I don't know, looking for some fun, some flirting, some whatever it is.
Is there like a really strong connection with like egirl culture in general that is is ePal sort of like a subset of like egirl culture?
Could you
Or-
paraphrase that? I'm not sure what you're
Or
asking.
yeah. Or it's like
I think it's all the same thing,
it's
right?
all the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That makes
mean, it's
sense.
just a different way. It's just a more inclusive term than e-girl, I guess.
Yeah, so
Okay.
e-pal, e-girl plus e-boy, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. Maybe to try to illustrate it for people who are like listening for their first time, maybe you could like walk us through what a typical order looks like from like start to finish.
Yeah, so I guess you're on ePal, you're on the website, you are on the homepage, and then on the left side you kind of see like all the different games, like League of Legends, Overwatch, Apex Legends. And then on the middle you see like all these people, bestseller, girls, boys, and then there's people you can be following. I guess you just pick your person, preferably me. And, and then I guess, I don't know if they're like listening to the voices or like looking at the prices or even our faces, but you pick one, and then there's on the left side this green bar order, or you can chat first to like kind of see if they're even online or like what they're like maybe. And then on this tiny little chat thing on the bottom right is where you chat, and then they would be like, hi, you want to play? And I'm like, cool, sure. And then they place the order. I don't know what that looks like from their side because I've never ordered another e-girl. I am the e-girl. Um,
Right.
and then
That's a
for
pretty sick tagline.
yeah, and then for me, it would pop up this, I don't know, somewhat cringy like paragraph like, "Hi, do you want to play Apex Legends with me? If you have time, accept the order first." And I'm like, okay. And so
And that's ePals like messaging you.
yeah,
If you have time. Okay.
it's like automatic, and then it just shows like
Okay.
decline or accept. I can do that within 24 hours they sent that order, and then I'll accept it, of course, because I want the money. And then and then I'll say like unstart. So you have to like, you as the buyer has to like, you got to start it first, because then you could like
Mm.
order it for now for 8 hours later or some point, but you got to start
Okay.
it so that like, it keeps going. And then it says,
Okay.
"I've started this order. Let's have a good fight." And then yeah, I think you have to like make sure your payment goes through or something from your side, and I don't see any of that. But then it says serving. Then I'm like, "Hi, yes." So serving, and then after we go on Discord and we play the game for however long, how many orders, you have to press end, I think. Yeah, I don't see these buttons, but it says completed for me. But if you don't, then it's also fine. 24 hours later, it like automatically sends the money to me anyways. But after that, it would be nice if they could give a review, like a recommendation, 5 stars probably. So, and that's that.
How do you think? How often do you think people review you, or actually leave reviews for you? How do you see you get reviews pretty often?
So far there's only been one person who hasn't like recommended me, so so far so good.
Wait, so that's really interesting, like from the mechanics of it, but like from like your perspective, just like as like a human to human interaction, right? Like somebody like finds you through the site somehow, and they like go through all the like process of actually like paying whatnot. So you like receive the order. Do people send you like a Discord link or some sort of like chat link, and then you just kind of hop on that? You guys add each other, and then you just hop into the games. And like what is it I guess from like a human perspective, like what's it like, I guess,
What's it like? Like how would I feel, or like?
I guess what are like the actual like interactive steps like between so you get the order, and then like what's the first time you actually talk to somebody else? Is it usually on like voice chat and stuff?
Yeah. Discord's like the main platform for these kinds of things.
Okay. And so maybe so pretend like I'm like a person ordering you.
She doesn't have to.
She doesn't. That's true. That's true. So like I share with you a Discord link, and then like I could share with you like my Apex Legends like account, and then we just add each other as friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Pretty much it.
cool. All right.
Okay.
And then so like once the games are up, you just go along your merry way, like thank each other or something like that, or
Yeah, I mean, hopefully if they're nice, I'm like, yeah, cool. Don't forget to like recommend me. See ya.
maybe.
Do you get a lot of repeat customers? Do you think you got some regulars?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, it's not as many as I'd
Yeah.
like, I guess, but I mean, maybe they'd want to try other e-girls or other games, or maybe it was a one-time thing to pull a prank on their friend. I don't know. Cause that happened once. Yeah.
Really? Well, that's kind of how we did it.
Okay, I mean,
It was
maybe
like
we
a-
should circle back to that later, but like
Okay.
joke orders. Okay, let's actually don't write that down. So I guess actually just to cover this, like, so how long have you been in EPAL?
About 6 weeks,
6
I
weeks?
think. Yeah.
Okay, and then you mostly play Apex Legends.
Yeah, I actually just added Valorant and Animal Crossing. So if y'all are interested,
Nice. Oh, I play Animal Crossing. I can talk crossing.
yeah, it's the quarantine. It got to me.
I guess I mean, is there any other things that we might not know, like from like a non-egirl perspective, that we should know about EPALs?
What you see is kind of what you get. I don't know. I mean, there's not really like anything secretive, hidden, or crazy about it. It's kind of like pay and play.
Like what in your opinion makes like a good, like a successful EPAL on the site?
I feel like just being a decent human being. I mean, that seems to be so hard for some people, but I mean,
You're asking a lot. Come on. That's
I mean, like, just basic manners, you know? You don't have to be, like, professional. Good evening, dear buyer. I don't know. It's, like, very simply be nice to each other. It's, like, I don't know. Just so hard for some people.
Is it hard for like some people? Are you saying from like people who order you to be nice, or do you know like there's a lot of like e-pals on the site that are like aren't nice to the people that order them?
I feel like mostly the buyers, because, like, they feel like, I don't know, this is just from my perspective. Maybe they think, oh, you know, I bought you, so I can say whatever, and you can be like, I don't, I don't know if this is what they actually think, but sometimes the way they talk to me, it just feels like, okay, well, you gave me $1, it doesn't mean you can like talk all shit to me.
Well, that makes sense though. No, I mean, you're right for sure. I think because like people do, you know, give anybody a little bit of power, you know, they'll freak
Yeah.
out with it.
Yeah.
Like they walk in, there's already sort of like a power dynamic because there's like money involved. Like they really
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it. Like they're like
Like
entitled
she
because
said,
they
I
paid,
bought you.
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also,
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard from like a buyer or two saying that like, oh, thank goodness you're like nice and chill, because like I think they said one of, or I don't know how many, but the e-girls could be like, maybe they order and then they're like, oh, let's play a game or two, and they're like, hold up, I have another customer, I'll see you next week, or they have like some busy schedule and they're kind of just like brushing them off. I don't know.
So like you try to be sort of like a decent human being and try to like
Consider with
accommodate.
people's times and stuff. So
Just any time, just be a decent human being.
yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't have to be like 100% amazing customer service. It's not like you're licking their feet or anything, but also just be nice.
Good points. There you go for all aspiring e-pals out there.
So you mentioned that like you maybe you rehash like the same topics with people like over and over again. Like, is that sort of, do you notice like common themes between like people who order you, like they want to talk about the same things, or?
I think maybe they're just too busy playing and they just want like some chatter, or maybe they just are genuinely curious, but it's usually just like, oh yeah, hey, how are you? So are you in school? How old are you? Like, how's it going? How's the quarantine? You know, are you in school? And just basic stuff, you know? It's just
Okay.
like small talk mostly, but
They just want to make
Yeah.
small talk, I guess. Is it
Really?
So
That's
do you
funny.
usually,
I didn't imagine that.
So do you usually like? Do you sometimes have to carry the conversation yourself, or is it like? Are they usually pretty game for chatting?
I mean, I would think they would want to make the most of their $1. So I mean, they want to hear me talk. You know, you engage me in the conversation. You brought me here. What do you want? You know.
So do you like? You feel like an interviewer sometimes of like so.
I mean,
So-
I think some people who don't like start the conversation are just as shy and awkward as me. So they're like, "So, what's up?" And it's just kind of awkward until we like find some kind of common ground, and then we talk about whatever, you know, like TV shows, books, anime. I don't know.
How did you get to become an e-pal slash e-girl, you know?
It started as a joke. Yeah, my friend was like, you know, with this whole quarantine, why don't you just go play an e-girl? Because with the quarantine, I've been playing so many games, he got tired of me. They're like, don't you have other friends to play with? How about you get paid while you go play? I'm like, okay, I'll go do that. So here I am.
So started as a joke, but then it turned into a serious business venture for you.
It's kind of like a side gig. I wouldn't call this like a business. I
Mhm.
wouldn't be like, I don't know, serious about it. It's just like just some fun with some cash.
So that's how you see it. So your aspirations for this whole thing is like, what do you expect for it to go, right? Do you just think it's gonna keep going at the pace that it's at right now?
Yeah, I don't really have any future plans for this. It's kind of just like in the moment, let's make an account, let's see where this goes. And then I'm like, oh, people want to order me, so let's go do that. And I kind of just leave it running in the background. I'm like, cool, I feel like playing, let's go play with this guy. But I'm not really like trying to be famous through this or anything. But it's nice
Yeah.
that like I'm top 10, so it's like cool for my self-esteem.
Do you have like any crazy or weird stories, you know, about when when somebody hired you or something? Somebody was like super weird or something. I guess what's the weirdest person who has bought you? I guess
Ordered.
ordered. My bad.
Oh man, are they gonna be hearing this? I don't. I'll just be out with it then. There's this one guy. I don't know what his problem is, but he just kept screaming. It's like he told me before, like, oh, is it okay if I stream this? I'm like, ah, okay, sure, you know, like made me a little nervous, but nothing else. But I've just never seen a streamer like him before. if we are like walking down and someone starts shooting us in the game, he'd be like, "Oh my god, oh my beep 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 beep," all these curse words. "You son of a beep! Why did this happen? Oh my god, why on earth?" And it's like, what? What? I don't. It's like he's screaming, like he's playing video games for the first time as an 8-year-old. It's like,
It just sounds uncomfortable to be.
yeah, and I'm like at the other end, my ears ringing, like trying to focus on the game, and I'm like, what? I did not expect that, because 2 seconds before he was talking like a normal person, and then he just turned into that. I don't know for his viewers or like if that's his thing, his brand, but like
It's a
yeah, I've
shtick.
seen like Ragers, yeah, but it's just what on earth is going on? And then the next game, it's
So
like
is he a regular for you?
no. And then I looked him up just out of curiosity on Twitch, and I think after that, a week or two later, he got banned for something else. He's just a weird person. I don't know. Just a weirdo in general.
Is there like a way for you to, do you do any research on people before like you accept or talk to them or anything like that? You go to the profiles and like see what their reviews are or anything like that?
I mean, all I can do is kind of click on this little button next to their name, and then I see like their profile, which is usually just age and like how many recent visitors there are, who they are, or if they have any games that they
Yeah.
own. But nothing like, ooh, Facebook investigation, Twitter, Twitch, who is this guy and where does he live? You know?
You're just trying to get your money.
Yeah, man, give me my $1, leave me alone.
And so, do you have like the best experience that you've had on ePal?
Luckily, most of them have been pretty chill, pretty nice. But I think a few days or even a week ago, I don't know when, but this group of people from Europe, I don't know if they're all from UK, but they sound like it. Not trying to like, the thick accents, really thick accents, and it's just, I don't know.
Oi, mate.
Yeah, I get in their Discord and they're like, "Hello, love, hey, beautiful," and I'm like, "Oh, hi." I don't know, like,
Hello, governor.
yeah, I'm like, oh, it's like the movies. I don't know. It's just really cute how they talk, and they switch off. Like, for Apex, you can only have like 3 players, and the main guy who's like basically paying me stays with me, and so it's me and him, and then one other guy just keeps coming in and out. Like they're 5 friends, and they just keep rotating per game. It's just so cute.
Yeah, so you get like you got those British people. What other, I guess, regions have you have people hired you from? Got any like Australian or like I don't know, Spanish people? Do you ever get somebody who like doesn't speak English?
Not really, but they could be like
Mm.
Asian American. So we would be talking about like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I'm Korean, but I'm born and raised here in the U.S. and stuff. But
I guess I'm curious. Like, I think we did some like research on like YouTube and like Twitters and stuff, and like, so you're into animation. You have like English degree, and so did you just graduate?
yeah, last June.
Did you just last June? And I guess it's like, I guess we have to talk about it, but like coronavirus is obviously impacting a ton of people's life. It's like,
What's that?
and it's so interesting that like ePals got launched at the same time like coronavirus became this like huge thing. Like, do you think
Yeah,
like a lot of the
conspiracy.
growth of like the site has been just because everybody's been like shut in during all of this?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, there's not much
Sounds
else to do.
I guess, yeah, other than play video games, but yeah.
Yeah, because like
Um,
some of the people that I've talked to when playing, they're like, yeah, kind of just lost my job, or like, I got reduced hours because of Corona, and they're like, what else you gotta do? We go out on, we play, and that's it. It's really impacted a lot of people.
So I guess for you, I guess like this might not be, doesn't sound like it's gonna be like a long-term thing for you. Is it gonna end when like coronavirus ends, or are you gonna try to like what are your plans for the future if you if that's not too sensitive for you to answer?
Let's see. I hope to keep this going as long as I can, because it's pretty easy money. I mean, as
Yeah.
long as you're there and there's like reviews and like, good numbers, they're like, all right, let's try this. I feel like the numbers would definitely decrease after coronavirus. I don't know how normal like reality will be right
Yeah.
after that. Hopefully, some people who've been here like ePal and like spending their money and would spend their money again and continue. But I would see if I could access this and still make this work from back in Indonesia, where I'm actually from. So,
really?
Mm.
yeah, we'll see. because that's like the main thing. I don't know if this even like works in Indonesia. It could just be like blocked in general.
Oh.
Are you, so you're in like probably like North America right now? Not
Yeah.
to dox you or anything, but okay. So you're from Indonesia. So have you like developed like relations with people who've like ordered you, not like a relationship, but like in terms of like repeat customers, like the people coming back to you because they really like playing Apex with you, or
They're not close friends or anything, but like
Yeah.
once in a while they'd be like, "Oh, hey, do you want to like play a game?" Or maybe they'll order again.
Yeah.
There's one guy who even offered to like teach me League, since we were talking about that
Oh,
in our
really?
conversation.
Oh.
So just nice people, I guess.
Are people sort of like they just come? Is it sort of a novelty for a lot of people that just like come by, order like 1 or 2 games from you, and then go somewhere else, or is it like what's the sort of mix of people that you get on ePals?
I mean, there's people who kind of just order one game, either to like see if I'm actually good, I'm not, or or just like to try it out, see what this whole thing's about, since it's actually advertised freaking everywhere. A lot of people have gotten ads for this, especially during times of quarantine, which is interesting.
Really? Where have people got? I haven't seen a single ad for this.
I'm not sure if it's because of what they're searching on their internet, but they just say that's out there. They're like, hey, click the link. They saw.
Maybe not the target audience.
Yeah. But yeah, I've had repeat customers. I don't know. It's been pretty quiet these last few days. I've also been away playing Animal Crossing, so you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your island called?
My island. Oh, Saint Haven.
Who's your first villagers?
I don't even remember their names. I'm just busy fishing. It's literally my third day on this game.
It's on my third day out here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So like, do you have like plans for the future? Do you want to? I mean, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I guess is a very generic question, but
Like in general or with EPAL?
I guess in general, I guess.
Oof. So, here's the thing. I'm in this quarter life crisis right here, in the middle of it, and I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. Kind of, I guess, because like I see EPAL as also like a freelancer thing. I'm on a lot of things like, you know, Fiverr, freelancer, and stuff, so I kind of consider this as like just another one of those. And, you know, I'm also animating, trying to figure out what I like, what I want to do for the rest of my life, which I should have figured out in college when I graduated, but didn't.
It's alright. It's never too late, you know.
A long-term goal for me has always been to stay in America. I really like you here. I do want to stay. If I can't, I would try to, you know, find a job like in other English-speaking countries. Like I wouldn't mind Singapore, Australia, Canada, you know, the UK.
Yeah.
Any of those is fine. I just don't want to stay in my country. Not a good relationship.
So do you want to do like work with in animation or something in like the English field or, you know, literature or anything like that?
I enjoy like animating and writing stories, and that's kind of what my YouTube channel is about, I guess. I also enjoy like working from home. This is not that different from my usual lifestyle, this whole quarantine thing.
Well, yes. So, like, what do you do on like Fiverr and like all those other like freelance stuff?
Oh yeah, that's nothing to do with egirl. It's like writing
No.
stories and poems.
Writing.
Like actual
so people
with my
hire you
degree.
to- so people hire you to like write like stories and poems for them?
Yeah, usually
Just, like,
ghostwriting.
read?
Oh right.
Ghostwriting. Oh, interesting. Oh, really? So you ghostwrite?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you have any aspirations to write like a book or like a novella of your own?
like
or,
comics or anything?
I mean that'd be cool. Oh yeah, I've actually also started like writing
Like web
writing
series?
like
Web-
scripts and screenplays for like
Script writing?
Yeah, manga. Working on a manga project thing with a friend.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, somewhere in that anime English like realm. I don't know. That's kind of what keeps me alive right now. But
The one thing that struck me about like the stuff that you made is like you're like you describe yourself as kind of like a shy person, but you share so much of yourself through like YouTube, and like ePal seems like to be like this like really intimate thing. So it's almost like I guess it's like interesting, that dichotomy. Do you like have any thoughts about like why you have like sort of like almost like two sides of yourself? It seems to me. I don't know if that's like a little too.
oh my god.
Yes.
We're getting deep here. We're getting really deep here.
This is
I think I've always been like very shy to myself, like introvert, but ever since like my third year in college, because like I wasted my first 2 years in college. It did not go well. Everything was like so dark and basically lowest point in my life. And then third year, I'm like, okay, that's my last 2 years in college. I gotta make something of myself. I started getting like really social. I joined like 21 clubs. I went for yeah, volunteering, internships, part-time jobs, anything to just like pull me out and like I don't know, just make a better version of myself because it's like twice the tuition for me because I'm an international student. So it's like
Oh,
I'm
right.
paying to be here. I can't
Okay.
take a break. I can't like just waste this away. You
Yeah.
know, like not a lot of people get this chance to be here. So I don't know. I guess I just really wanted to work on myself. I have struggled with like very low self-esteem and low confidence my entire life. So that's something I'm constantly trying to fix because I'm like I see the problem, I don't want it there, so I'm trying to do something about it. I guess and through email and I guess YouTube, it really helps me like be more comfortable talking to random people or just like posting on social media since that was such a fear. And also like I hated my voice. I hated like everything to do with myself. It was just yeah. So like this
Hey, now people pay to hear your voice.
yeah. That's why it's like I see myself going up on the ranks and it's like, oh, I'm top 10. People like me. Oh my god, you know. It's like it just feels really great. Really great for my self-esteem.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
that's
like
awesome.
I guess it was so interesting just because I can't like I was probably kind of introverted myself, and just can't imagine just being like a shy person and then like being part of this service where you sort of like meet a new person every 45 minutes and just have to go through like all those like first impressions over and over again. It's just like
Oh, I
that's
mean, I still get really nervous. I sweat like crazy, and I'm like, I can't even press my W button. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah. It's the first 5 minutes of every like order is just havoc in my head.
just like terror.
Yeah, it's just
That's
like,
just that's such a so that's like that's so interesting that I guess it's like the way I describe it is like brave that like you're like terrified of this and then yet you still do it like over and over again.
I mean, cause I'm not gonna get any better just like not. I don't know. I've
I
tried
guess it's like a
everything
really
else.
interesting. It's a really interesting like outlook on life. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good mentality. I mean, right? You got to like practice things. You got to go out and put yourself out there and things like that. And
yeah. But I
you
guess
know,
it's
maybe
like,
some avenues make it a little bit easier, just more conducive to doing that. Like ePals, right? It kind of like just takes a lot of the like you don't have to go out and meet these people. They're like hiring you, right? They're seeking you out, and
Yeah,
then you can just
I guess
kind of
that helps.
adjust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not
So
seeing
no, but
them.
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are there
Exactly.
so are there people who do like webcam? I mean, I guess there's like the eChat thing they launched or whatever.
Yeah, I was
but
wondering what
like
that is. I don't know how that would. What do you sit there and you just talk? That's kind of creepy. I don't know. Like, I don't
But
know.
as long as we're playing video games while we talk.
Yeah,
then
because
it's-
that's like okay, we're
It's okay.
focusing on killing other people and not like, oh, you know, what are your kinks and I don't know. The things they could ask. I just to imagine it. It's like, oh my god.
Do you think it'll ever get easier? That you're gonna hit top 5 and you'll be like, I'm a top ePaler.
I'm already pretty happy to be at number 10. I didn't
Okay.
think I'd.
Hey, there you
I
go.
didn't think I'd get this far. I thought I'd be like, not even top 100. I don't know. I don't know actually. I mean,
Shattering records, expectations.
it'd be great to be number 1, but look at that. She's got 100 of them. There's no way. I don't know.
Well, hopefully, you know, people can kind of get to know you through this if we ever reach an
guess-
audience.
If you ever-
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if we could take the time here, but it's like, what should people know about you? Like,
What should people know? I guess that I'm a human being. I'm not here to like, you know, flirt with you, be your personal e-girl or whatever. I'm actually here to make money because I need it. So like, don't ask me for like, you know, quarantine discounts when it's $1 a game. I don't know, like, what do you want me to do? I honestly thought about like 50 cents a game at first, but $1 is literally the lowest you can go. So I don't know what you want me to do.
do you think there's a strategy with like $1 versus like the meme prices of like $4.20 and like $6.90?
Like advantages of being $1?
Or I guess I don't. Is it most people?
Or I think like, do you think like if somebody's like price was like 420, that, you know, do you think they'd be more people would want to hire them more just because they have this meme pricing? Because we've seen a lot of people who have like this kind of meme pricing, like Andy said.
I feel like there's definitely people out there who are attracted to different things like 420 prices or like memes on their profile, pretty faces, you know, sexy voices. I don't know. A lot of people out there.
Pretty faces, sexy voices.
Okay, actually, I guess like one thing is like there must be like there's no like monolith like e-girl, but are there like what are like the different types of like e-girls you've noticed on the site? Like I'm sure like like you offer something different than maybe another egirl on the site offers, right?
Yeah. So like the types of egirls out there that I see.
Yeah, that you've like maybe noticed on the site.
Yeah, like certain characters, kind of like personality traits that a lot of them have.
Oh yeah. Definitely like a cosplayer type. The goal or like I don't know, point is to be all dressed up as someone else. Not like someone else, but like maybe like in a sailor outfit as a cat maybe, or you know, something. I don't know. Or like they have filters, or maybe their profile picture is a joke. I'm looking at this one guy with just legs in his picture. Or I don't know. They try to be funny or meme, and then
Like that's their shtick. Like I'm mean.
oh no,
Play with me and I'll be mean
not
to you.
mean, not
Oh.
mean. What? No, meme as in meme.
Oh, meme.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Meme. I don't know.
What if there was somebody who was mean though?
That's not my thing. And then of course there's people who use anime pictures or like animations, you know, just like not them. So I don't know how that works
Yeah.
out. I feel like I don't know. Or
For like verification purposes.
yeah, or even like people who, you know, are the sexy types who show a lot of like cleavage, legs, thighs, you know, are flirty, have interesting voice lines. But yeah, I think that's it.
All right, those are the stereotypical e-pals you'll see, or a few of them at least.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Cool.
No.
Well, I'm at a loss because I had a segment where I just screamed obscenities, but it sounds like that's not what you're into, so I have to cut that out.
Oh wait, what?
Absolutely. Okay, so probably we need to do some sort of outro segment where
Yeah,
we thank
gotta
you.
wrap it up.
Gotta wrap it up. So I guess that's our time.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for spending time with us, Cinnafrost.
Yeah, thank you
and,
so much.
sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything that you want to shout out? Any of your projects, any of your social media handles you want to give out right now? Now's the time for anything else that you wanted to get out there.
Give me your money on ePal, and
So how do we find you on ePals? How do we spell your username?
yeah. So if you go to ePal, there's a search bar. You just search up CINNAFROST. That's also my username for YouTube. So go and watch that if you're bored from this quarantine.
There you go. Everybody, order Cinnafrost, leave her reviews, and watch her YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Cinnafrost.
Thanks
Thanks for
again.
being on.